We've Grana, we've Nitty Bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream. I see a lot of familiar names out there in the chat, and I see a few new ones too. So, welcome to those of you who are new, and welcome back to those of you who are returning, and welcome to you who are watching the replay and sat through those couple of minutes of pre-show hellos because. For those of you who are new, because I saw the question in the chat, I always start live a couple minutes before we get started, so the notification can go out, and so we can get more people in the show. So basically, if you see it go live, it means I'm here and we're going. So let's say hi to everybody who is in the chat. We've got Yolanda. I'm not even going to try your last name. Goku, Vegeta, Drake. BB Chew, C Dub, Void Edits. If I recall, you're Thavish Tiger. Amy Anderson, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Super VH, David Swinky, the Mercenary Terror, Wolfman, Altabot Phil. Let's see, the Mega Prime 101 UHSF, Rafael Correa. I can't roll my R's. Sorry. Grand Galvatron is here. Big Buffet Boy. Love that name. Razorquake 46 made it this week. Genuine Red Alert is here, and lots of other folks still coming in. I was having to scroll back. Vegeta. Okay, I don't know that Dragon Balls show. So um, at least I know where the name's from. I guess I assume that's correct. Anyway, we're here to talk about Transformers, right? So we're going to talk about the news. C.O.M.B.A.T come out this week, although there is a little bit of a twist on the event versus how we've got the combat bots in the last couple of sagas, and I got a few crystals to crack. And then after that, it's going to be a free for all like it usually is. So how about we go ahead and get started on the news? This weekend's event is. Oh wait, I thought I updated these slides. That's not the right name. Uh, what happened there? Oh, okay. Well, let's go back over here. I'm gonna go fix these slides. Stand by. um, I could have sworn I changed these. Let me go ahead and get this done. Shouldn't take too long. Oh my goodness. If it's not one thing, it's another. All right, let's try this again. This weekend's event is called Play Dirty. Kind of like what my streaming software is doing to me right now. Playing dirty. Let's see. All right, come on, change. Okay, take part in this weekend's event to win up to 300, if I counted right, 300 Play Dirty chips, which gives you a chance to win a 2, 3, or 4-star Big Daddy for the Autobots or Groundhog for the Decepticons, or you could get some 5-star Combat Shard chip shards. There's also 150 premium combat chips in up for grabs, 150 C.O.M.B.A.T canisters. Apparently, those you'll get like a single C.O.M.B.A.T out of them. 300,000 Spark, Combiner Spark, and Combat Spark. A whole bunch of 4-star, 3-star, and premium shards up for grabs. This is normally has been an Alliance event this weekend. It is an individual event. So the chances of you getting your very own Big Daddy or Groundhog is entirely up to you and you alone. So get out there, spend your fuel cells, work your way through the prestiges, and get all those prizes. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. There are 150 prestiges and Super XP throughout the event. So since it's individual, you don't have to be in an alliance, but you do have to be headquarters level 4. Then you hit that yellow event button, pick your zone, win the battle, collect the points, and collect the prizes. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones, and there is the list of prizes for each prestige. It's 250 points per prestige. And if we go back into battle zones, if you're lucky enough to be able to battle and win in zone 16, that's basically 1 prestige per battle because you can score up to 280 on that one. I personally, I'm maxed out at zone 14. So I can usually hit zone 14 pretty good with quite a few squads, but that's about it. But yeah, so you get two of the Play Dirty chips per prestige, and then you can see the amounts of all the other stuff that you get there. So pretty good rewards there for a nice little individual event. And here is the breakdown of the Play Dirty chip. 25% chance to win something related to the new combat bots, either the 2, 3, or 4-star shard. 3/4 of the time, you're going to win 5-star combat shards. So, but if you can manage to actually get 300, there's of those chips, there's a really good chance that you're going to get at least a 2-star, probably even the 3 and the 4-star. So there you go. Now, if you haven't seen about the new bots, first up for Autobots is Big Daddy. Big Daddy is a lot of bot in one small package. The unique and dense structure of his armor plating's molecules makes his mass far greater than that of a normal combat bot. When he plants his feet, he's face planted, and in vehicle mode tends to drive through obstacles rather than around them. Stubborn only barely describes him. Now, if you're familiar with this character, you'll know that model that they're using for the combat bot is based on a roughly deluxe class sized bot from years ago, as opposed to the combat bot that came out in the War for Cybertron trilogy, which this is the Big Daddy. If I had the other one to show you, I would, but this is the only Big Daddy that I have. So there you go. But personally, I do like the model that they chose because that's definitely cooler. And actually, I believe this little guy was called Daddy-O because they couldn't use Big Daddy for the toy for some reason. And his counterpart is Groundhog, which I didn't even catch it until it was pointed out to me that we learned about these guys on February 2nd, which is traditionally known as Groundhog Day. At least in the United States it is, so it's kind of fitting that Groundhog came on Groundhog Day, even though we did have a particular troll in the chat at that time, who kept repeating the same thing over and over again, as was done in the Groundhog Day movie. So Groundhog, he is based on the War for Cybertron figure of Groundhog here. And as you can see, it's that's the wrong button. He's pretty much right spot on to that. Groundhog was forged greedy, forever on the lookout for scrap and salvage to repurpose and reimagine. Often what he covets is still attached to its soon-to-be former host's body. Innovative and improvisational, Groundhog can whip up a gadget from raw materials in seconds. His vehicle mode is customized to the max. So there's the bio for those two guys, and we did learn about their ability, and they both deal. They're basically companion bots. So you can equip them pretty much to anybody. I haven't managed to use them in person, but that's how companion bots work. They go drive around and do damage. And they will also use long-range missiles against outpost bots and combiners, dealing triple of the damage. So very cool. And yeah, honestly, that was what I was thinking too. Groundhog sounded a lot like Rocket Raccoon, where you can whip up weapons out of any kind of scrap metal. So I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. So there's those guys, and unfortunately, I didn't really have any time to prepare any demonstrations of them. But since they're companions who basically just drive around and do damage, from what it sounds like, it's pretty easy to kind of figure it out. But it sounds like they're pretty good bots to have. How do they compare against the other ones? Hard to tell. But any extra bot on the battlefield that goes and does some kind of damage is always going to be a good thing. So now other news is I believe it's already happened, but the 5-star combat bot batches, they as they release new ones and they become 5 stars or whatever, they always break them up into legacies like they do the 5-star bots. But the main one kind of stays where it's at, and they all just kind of stack up in there basically until it grows to be the size of 2 different batches, and then they'll split it off. That just happened, and so they broke it up, and so it broke it up into Sidetrack and Growl, Nightstick and Fracas, Sawtooth and Zori, Trip Up and Roller Force, Windstrike and Baru in one of the batch. And the next batch is Tricerashot and Heartburn, Zor and Slugfest, Shattered Glass, Steeljaw and Ravage, Pinpointer and Singe, and then also Roadburner and Power Punch. So there's the split. Yeah, so if you've been working up on, saving up for your next 5-star bot, it should be easier to get one of these guys if that's one of the ones that you're going after. Also coming up, these features are going to be going into playtesting soon. They're going to be working on Headquarters 18 Phase 2. in which we'll be seeing the beam laser, shield generator, shock tower, build bots, and laser turrets starting to get the next level. We'll also be seeing the new building prime cores for Onyx, Prima, Quintus, and Vector primes. And they also said it looks like we're going to be getting a rebalance for the Alchemist, Amalgamus, and Megatronus prime cores. And, I got some of those, and I don't think I ever put them on any of my buildings. So since they're rebalancing them, it's probably a good thing I didn't do that, because I wouldn't have to be switching anything if they change it. And also, we've got ability level 11 and G1 core power cores coming for Blades and Dirge, Goldfire and Ramjet, and Warpath and Skull Smasher. I am definitely looking forward to the ability 11 upgrade for Blades, because my 5-star Blades is already at level 10, and I got plenty of those troop upgrade skips available. So as soon as that drops, boom, he's going straight to 11. No Z Energon required. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah. 18.5, I don't know, man, because we never got everything all totally upgraded. So I mean, if anything, we're at like 18.27 right now, and this will take us to like 18.62, and then when we get everything else, then it'll be a full HQ 18. I don't know, or would that anyway? they did release a full HQ 18 in one shot, basically. So we want to call it 18.5. That's probably what everybody's going to call it, and that's fine with me. Me personally, I'm still just finishing up the upgrades, my very first upgrades on the HQ 18 level storages. So next, and that was basically it for the news. I released all the news that I want to report. So now it's time to go take a look at our community corner, Razorquake's favorite time of the show. And he was very happy to share with us in our Discord. By the way, if you haven't joined our Discord, there is a link down in the description. And so head on over there. We do also do giveaways of loot links if you're over there every week, right around stream time. So first up, Razorquake was very happy to have managed to acquire the Coronation Starscream from the Studio Series 86 line, and he was very happy. He's got the throne there, and he's got the classic Starscream pose. I think everybody's probably put Starscream in that pose at one point or another. I certainly have. And so there he is with his minions. Apparently, he also decided to take off his cape and crown and epaulets or pauldrons. I don't know what they're intended to be. So there you go. So really good, basically Earthrise versions of the original Seeker trio. Next up, we've got PB218, who is our resident Minecraft Transformers architect, and got a nice look at Cybertron Jetfire and grumble, because apparently this was not a very easy or fun build to do, but I think you did a fantastic job. So thank you for sharing. And even as difficult as it was, we got a repaint in true Transformers fashion. We got a repaint into Energon Overcast. So looks cool. I kind of like those colors. And we also got a Minecraft build of Punch. Very cool. I dig it. Oh, and then we're back to Razorquake, who makes creations of Transformers in their vehicle modes in Forza Horizon 6, 12, something like that. We have yet another Bumblebee. This is the Hot Wheels Bumblebee, apparently. We also have an original character called Hypershock. This kind of reminds me of one of those Megatronia bots. I can't remember which one, but it's kind of like black with the little highlighter colors. Very cool. and his Decepticon brother Cindershock. I dig it. Also with the green and orange, kind of shades of Skids and Mudflap. Grand Galvatron is saying Trick Diamond is the Megatronia bot that I was thinking of. Thank you. I knew somebody out there would know it. And I am not at all surprised that it was you, our resident Transformers scholar. So thank you. But yeah, it actually is very reminiscent of Skids and Mudflap, particularly the Dark of the Moon version that we didn't see them in the movie, although I think there was one shot where you could kind of see them, but they weren't featured. But they definitely made toys of them. So anyway, but that's not who they are. It's Cindershock and Hypershock. And we had a little bit more fun with the Coronation Starscream. Megatron, is that you? Here's a hint. And I liked when you posted this in the collection photos. We all kind of just basically continued on that whole scene. So, and back to Forza cars. We've got Dark of the Moon Q. Some people called him Wheeljack, but he was technically called Q in the movie. Or if you're Spanish, he's K. And we've got Sergeant Overdrive. I'm not familiar with this one. Maybe an OC. I definitely dig the exposed engine hot rod kind of deal with the flames there. Nice. And this one really needed no caption. This is Beachcomber here, so well done on that one. And we've also got Shattered Glass Goldbug, which he's just very, very proud of. So we've seen it a while, but we needed to see it again. Maybe it'll bring you some luck, and you'll be able to grab a 4-star Shattered Glass Goldbug here before you know it. And Shattered Glass Cliff Jumper. I don't know if we've ever seen a Shattered Glass Cliff Jumper, but I like your choice of colors. Instead of red, which is kind of like the Autobot logo color, we go with purple, which is the Decepticon color. Okay, cool. Razorquake says Overdrive was a G2 Micromaster. Okay, so that's why I didn't know. Mega Prime says, not gonna lie, I thought Q was Wheeljack, but renamed. Yeah, that's basically what it was. He filled that role, but they decided to call him Q instead of Wheeljack for some reason. And we're back with PB2 in Minecraft. We've got RC. This is the G1 RC, obviously. Very nicely done. Followed up by Brainstorm. I dig it. I like that a lot. Oh, and then Razorquake is causing trouble amongst his seekers because apparently Skywarp and Thundercracker are playing with Starscream's things and are trying on and posing with the cape and crown. And I feel bad for these guys when Starscream finds out, because I'm sure he's going to pitch a fit. Not that he's necessarily going to hurt these guys, because I don't know if Starscream's capable of it, but he will at least be complaining ceaselessly, for sure. And last but not least, although I did see Red Alert says we've got something in the collection photos chat. Prime and Duncan is sharing a new combiner. I got to click on this and zoom it in a little bit. This is a combiner. We've got Ultra Magnus as the core with who is that? Slug and Moonracer and Mirage, and I can't quite make out the other leg. Is that Dreadwind? Maybe. Is this Magnus Nation? Magnus Nation? What kind of maybe? Well, he's already Ultra Magnus, but maybe Uber Magnus. But no, you can't really use Uber anymore, because now that's just like the taxi service. It used to be like Uber was like awesome, but now it's just now he's just like you're calling him up for a ride to the airport or something. Supreme Magnus. Let's go check out the collection photos. So Red Alert is sharing with us the toy that Big Daddy was this in the game is based on. Thank you so much for this. So there is his alt mode, uh, and there is his bot mode. So that's the original Big Daddy for the game. It's if you wanted to see what that toy is versus the Siege or the I think it was Earthrise, the War for Cybertron version, which I it had. So let's jump back over there. Instead of Uber Magnus Alpha Trion says we'll call him DoorDash Magnus. Supreme is better. Grand Magnus, okay, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Maximus Magnimus. Okay. Yeah. All good names. I like DoorDash Magnus. Okay, and then we got Grand Galvatron got came in here with you got to help me out with the name this one. You're referencing my Dark Ages of Transformers fandom. Uh, don't quite recognize this one. If I switched over to the other thing, Armada Red Alert. Okay, thank you, PB2, helping me out. C.O.M.B.A.T also, and now that you mention it, I remember she did post that in the chat. I just couldn't remember what it was. So it's not Gen 1 Red Alert. It's Armada Red Alert. So don't worry about it. Still laughing at how you called Cybertron Megatron Rumble. It looked like Rumble. It looked like Rumble. And I thought you said you were going to do Rumble. Reminds you of the Chase from the Rescue Bots. Yeah, maybe a little bit. And just totally off base, Silverbolt says RoboCop. Okay, and I think we're going to end it there. Oh boy. So, yeah, as if we didn't look at them already. There's Big Daddy and Groundhog. This is the guy you're actually going to get. And if you haven't heard, they didn't cover it in the newsletter, but we've covered it a couple of times already. In about a month or after this weekend, we will be getting our new bots in the game, and it is going to be Brawn and Full Tilt. Brawn, obviously, for the Autobots, and Full Tilt for the Decepticons. So those are the bots coming at the end of this saga. And so we'll be talking more about them as it gets closer to their event. And I guess it's time for crystals, right? Let's go crack some crystals before we get out of here. It says we got 83 available. We do have 30 premiums. We've got 10 Autobot 3 stars, which they're all going to be duplicates. I decided to go with Autobots because it occurred to me, if I keep going for Decepticons, yes, I get duplicates and I'll get 4-star shards, but I'm missing out on the character shards. So I decided I'd go ahead and continue to do Autobots a little bit. I do have a 5-star combat chip there. So there, and I do have to recognize the Nolly Kid and say thank you so much for the super chat. It says, hey, Engineer Hoist, it's Optimus Rodimus. Has been too long, brother. Call of Duty Warzone 2 has kept me busy. Says, no, you're not forgotten. Can you also use your influence and bring Blue Streak and Nightbeat to Earth Wars? I wish I could. Unfortunately, I don't think there's that what I say really has a whole lot to do with the bots that can come in, because they would not have waited as long as we did for Hoist. But I agree, Blue Streak and Nightbeat are definitely some much needed bots. I mean, look how long it took for us to get Braun, and he's still not even quite here. But thank you again for the super chat. It's much appreciated, and it has been a while. It's good to see you. So okay, so we do have a couple of 4-star crystals. We've got a 5-star combat chip, and I decided to go for the batch that has Top Shot in it because that's who I want. So the so the whole split of the new didn't really affect me because I wasn't going for those anyway. Because I want Top Shot, and so we got a few various other things here, power core chips and whatnot. So there is tactician core. That is a food core. Okay, building core, missiles. No, I only have one missile launcher. What was it? Laser guided missiles or something? I only have one of those at G Metal. Let's see. We've got a gold power core here of some type. Probably an XP. Okay, this one's not. Yeah, that one's. This one is food or a conversion material. I haven't really done a whole lot of the conversions too much, but I plan to at some point. G1 Silver World, and then we've got another G1 here. I was looking at my cores, and I've actually got some really nice cores that I could use on some bots that I just haven't put them on yet. Like I have the G Metal Skylinks that I haven't put on. Of course, Skylink says Quintus right now, but I'm sure I could find a new home for Quintus. And I already have a G Metal G1 Ratchet for my 5-star, but I suppose I could put it on the 4-star. So we have one premium combat chip. I'd be amazed if this was a new one. Okay, so I'm not amazed at the moment. I do not even know what these 30 crystals are, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, these are... Yeah, we're going to skip this. If these are just going to be... Yeah, those are... Oh, these were the boosters from last weekend's event. Yeah, thank goodness for the skip sequence button. Yeah, if I actually recognized what those were, I'd have cracked them before we even got on the stream because, I mean, who needs to see that? So we got a couple more power core chips. Let's go ahead and crack them. This is the only nice thing about the power core chips is they light up always, no matter what. So it's not always just the duplicate animation. They always light up, boom, boom, boom. And I'm pretty sure this is another XP core to add to my collection. I just never seem to think to use them, And then I did manage to get these this Cyber Pass version of the skins. We got Air Raid and Blast Off here. I got those in just under the wire. I had to play elimination mode down to where I was almost out of even my 2 stars on both Autobots and Decepticons because I hadn't done but like one elimination mode prior to this week. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I gotta go and do that. So let's go ahead and get these 10 Autobot duplicates out of the way, and we'll take advantage of that skip sequence because they're all going to be duplicates, right? So there we go. So we got that out of the way, but we did get some character shards. We got some warrior shards, special class, air class. So we got the class shards. And we're going to let these run because just in case there's a random 4-star Cybertron Jetfire shows up, which is, I think, the only 4-star left to get outside of Top Spin, who is still a new bot and not in these crystals, or any other new bots that that are coming afterwards. I think Cybertron Jetfire 4-star is the only one possible to come out. But if he comes out, I want to see those light up. I don't just want to see him in the little list there. That would be kind of, it'd be cool that it happens. But it'd be kind of, Anticlimactic is the word I was going for there. It took me a while to think of it. Any good cores? No. Just food. Even if we're going to use them for conversions or upgrades, we'll still call them food because it's easier to say. So just know when I say food, it could be fuse, convert, or upgrade. It's all still food. It's all just a matter of how you cook it. Do you fry it? Do you grill it? Do you roast it? It's still food. Super V8 says, no, that wasn't what I was going for. Did the skip sequence that shows when you get a new character? Oh, it does actually stop and pull it up for that? Well, that'd be interesting. Might have to try that. So since we popped this up, imagine that G1 Blades made his hack bomb increase its area, but the effect lasts 50%. So by leveling the core, percent will go down and last longer. Some ability cores. Oh, for like the G1 core, yeah, I have a feeling it'll have something to do with the hack. I hope it's something more than just, okay, we're going to increase the ability and reduce damage, which is kind of like what they've done on all of them, which, okay, yeah, that's great. But, it'd be cool to have something a little more tailored to the bot or the specific ability as opposed to, just, okay, we're going to combine a rejuvenate and a volatile mixture. I mean, it's nice that you can get the combination. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. It's just a little bit cooler when it's something more tailored to the bot itself. What am I playing this on? I use an iPhone. So. And so there we go. Dupe City. We didn't even get any spicy 4-star dupes out of this. And there we go. But we do have a couple of spicy 4-star dupes coming here, unless we happen to get lucky and get Cybertron Jetfire. Didn't think so there. We got a gold G1 Ratchet and lots of medic shards. So that's actually pretty good because I'm low on medic shards. And the second 4-star duplicate is Sergeant Cup. Oh, but we got a G-Metal G1 Cup core, so I'm not sure if I have one of those already. I probably do because I used to have Onyx on him. Now I don't. So I probably have one of those already. But I will definitely take the special class shards and the 1,000 character shards. Perhaps I can rank him up to... Actually, he is Private Cup right now. Maybe I can rank him up to Corporal Cup. I call him Sergeant Cup because that's how the toy gets released occasionally. And the last thing is the 5-star C.O.M.B.A.T. Let's just back out of here. We're going to go look just because if I try to hit the little information button on there, I'm going to crack the crystal. So I'm just going to back out of here. And it's Legacy 2. So it's these guys here. I've already got Rung and Dial. So the options are Top Shot. I'm taking a risk that it might be Trench Foot or Smashdown. I'm wanting Top Shot. Smashdown would be cool. Trench Foot, I'll deal with. I got Fire Drive as my first one, so I'll deal. I'm dealing with him. I'll deal with Trenchfoot. I mean, he doesn't make it worse. He's just not as good as the other one. So those are the three options: Top Shot, Trenchfoot, Smashdown, and see the other combat chip. So you can see this is what is in the combat chip: Wind Strike, Trip Up, Sawtooth, Nightstick, Sidetrack, and the equivalent Decepticon counterparts. And they added in Legacy 5. They don't have a nice picture for it yet, but that's where you'll find Roadburner, Pinpointer, Shatterglass, Steeljaw, Zor, and Tricerashot. And I have the Shatterglass Steeljaw, as you can see, and I was just looking at my combat bots, and apparently I completely forgot that I had Steel Jaw because he's not equipped to anybody. So I'm going to have to remedy that situation here. Okay, enough of that. I think it's yeah, and he just completely failed. I even set it up. Let's try that again. Okay, it deserved one of those after waffling on. Who do we got? Top Shot. Yes. Okay, good. So we got him. So now I can actually consider some of the other batches next time we get a 5-star combat crystal. All right. So thank you to Rafael Correa helping me cheer on for Top Shot. So because it is definitely completely, credit to you for helping make that happen, and to everybody else who was also cheering on but just didn't quite type it into the chat because I know you all were doing it. So thank you to all you guys. So there we go. All right. Yeah. Oh, let's see. It was a city of food. It usually is. The only time we have a chance of it not being food is if I decide to get Decepticon crystals, which I've done the last few streams. This time, I just like, you know what, I want to build up the character shards and the class shards because if we go into here, I don't know if there's anybody because all the ones that I could rank up, I did. I don't know if anybody else has made it to another level to where I could rank. Does not appear to be the case. How close did we get Cup? Because he just got like 1,000. I think I already ranked up Ratchet. So where is Cup? So over here to rank. So somebody was asking how do you use the class shard. So this is what you do. You go into the Autobot profile. You tab over to rank. And it'll show you what you need to get your next rank. So you need a certain number of character shards and you need a certain number of class shards. Cup being a special class requires this special class shards, 15,000 for this first rank up. I've got 130,000, so I got plenty of those. But I need 5,000 Cup character shards, and I got just under 4,000. So I don't quite have enough to rank him up just yet. And Ratchet, he's a rank. So no, he is not quite I did not rank him up. He is still private, but I'm actually really close. For only 60 away. But I do need 15,000 medic shards, but I only have 9,000. So I do need a few more duplicate medics. The reason I don't have the medic shards is because I'm pretty sure I did rank up First Aid, Wheeljack, and Minerva already. So, and at the time, he was very far away from the character shards. So you can see Minerva is... I did not actually rank up Minerva. Okay, so I guess it's First Aid and Wheeljack then. But there's only the 4 bots, and I suppose if you do crack crystals for Decepticons, there's 4 on that side too. So there's not a lot of medics to build up the medic shards. So it does take a little bit of while to do that. PBG is saying the same thing. They're hardest to rank up since they're so rare since there's only 4 in the game. And Dan Evans says, Hoist, you can get specific bundles for each bot on that menu. Yes, I discovered that, and we covered it last week. For anybody who missed, we'll go ahead and cover that again. So say, for example, say Cup. Let's go back to Cup. We were just looking at him, and don't have quite enough character shards for Cup. So how can I do that? So if I click the rank up button, this is where it tells me. It says I need 5,000 Cup shards, but I don't have enough. So there's a button over here that says get more shards. So you tap that and it takes you to bot specific bundles. So it gives me options 10, 20, 40, or 100 US dollars. And I imagine this will be also for the relative for whatever your currency is to get cup bundles. Now these will give you cup crystals. Will also give you a little some spark, but also and now as you know, the character crystals you can get other characters in them, but by buying a character specific bundle, you do get a certain number of shards. In this case, 500, 1,000, 2,000, or 5,000 shards going for cup straight out the bait, straight out the bat. Before you even crack the first crystal, you get that amount of shards. So that's how you would go do that. And yeah, it says you just found out about that yesterday. Did I just figure this out? Yeah, actually, it was not last week. It was the week before when I wasn't able to stream. I was going to cover it because they were talking about the new release schedule for how Topspin and all that. They said, okay, well, at like a month, 4 weeks after the bot is released, they'll release profile bundles. And I was like, what? Wait, profile bundles? Like they said they were going to talk about that, but I've never seen them. So I was curious. Where are they? So I started going looking. And sure enough, I went and I look in here and rank. And so here's 6-gun. Again, I'm missing shards, and boom, same thing. Takes me right to the 6-gun bundle. The trick is you do need to have at least the 2-star of the bot. It doesn't work if you don't have the bot at all. So you got to at least have that bot somehow, because it does require you to go open into the profile. Because if you go down to, bear with me as I scroll all the way down. So if we go down to, say, Topspin, I can't do anything. It's just because I've got no character shards or anything. The only option I have is back. Even Cybertron Jetfire, I know he's available with profile, but down here, the only option you have is back. You can't do this through here. You have to do it through the profile. So like say Roadbuster, we can rank it up. But see, Roadbuster is new. He doesn't have it yet. So I did the rank just like we normally do. We don't have it, but notice the get more shards button is not there for Roadbuster because he doesn't have profile bundles yet. But I do have the bot, so when they are available, I would be able to get that for Roadbuster. Optimus Prime, the button's there. But Topspin, even if those profile bundles were available, I couldn't get them because I don't even have a 2, 3, or 4-star. I don't have Topspin at all. So, and yes, that is important. If you do have a bot to rank up, don't worry about wasting it on a 3-star or a 4-star. If you want to rank up that character, you can rank it up on the 2-star, and the rank applies to all of the levels. So if you rank up the 5-star, it will also rank up the 4, the 3, the 2. And I suppose the 1-star if there's one available, but who uses 1-stars anymore? So right now I only have Roadbuster. If I did have the shards to rank him up, I could go ahead and rank him, and then when the 4-star comes in, it'll already be ranked up to Corporal. So yeah. So there's your profile bundles. Just looking back through your chat, who's leveling in the Combiner Lab? That's a good question. Defensor. Because I had taken Magnaboss to level 20. And I figured I should go ahead and take Defensor to level 20. And Computron is 19, so we'll be taking him to 20 here as well. Skyrain, we'll be getting him to 20 pretty soon. Omega Supreme's lagging a little bit behind. Volcanicus is a little bit farther behind. And Victorion's at 13. Superion's only at 11. And Optimus Maximus is at 10. So there we go. But Defensor is on his way to 20 at the moment. And I do have some combiner skips, but I've been saving my combiner skips till they get to like a week long. So I'll be leveling some. So Cuddy Fox says if they add Scar and with Adam saying about wanting paddles, I feel Space Ape are going to add the rest of the G1 Dinobots. Okay. So apparently Scar, I did see this news recently. So yeah, Superbase is asking who is Scar. Apparently they just revealed this this week. You know that little Dinobot combiner? We've seen Slug and Sludge so far. I think Grimlock got revealed. We also saw Swoop and Scar. Scar is the 6th Dinobot in that little itty bitty core class combiner, and I believe he is an Ankylosaurus. Yeah, that little armored dinosaur. Although I think they were still pretty big, but the club tail. So that Scar is that one, and Dinobot Strafe. I don't believe there was a Strafe. That was Swoop's name early in the game. The Dinobot with the flying Dinobot with 2 heads that kind of looked like Swoop was called Strafe in Age of Extinction. But within G1, I don't believe anything. So, Kyle Fox saying there's Grimmaster, which was Kakuryu from Dino Force, and G1 Dinobot Strafe from the IDW comics. I'm not familiar with that one. I might have to go look that up. Yeah, don't forget the Good Pal paddles. Right. Oh, yeah, right. There was a Dinobot. There was a medic from the comics. Oh yeah. What was it? Can't remember. It was like a short series. It was like Redemption or Revelation, or it might have been one of the Dinobots. I almost want to say that one was called Scar. I almost want to say that one was called Scar. I read that comic. Ended up dying on Cybertron. They were off in some like pit somewhere. And yes, they were before dinosaurs. They were called like the Lightning Strike Coalition or something like that. They were called Dinobots, like DYNO or something. All right, so let's see. What else you guys talking about? Am I going to get the rocket ship for Omega Supreme 5-star? At some point. I keep spending all my 5-star shards on new bots. As soon as I hit 5,000, I go get a new bot. So instead, and I said that from the beginning. I don't really foresee myself being patient enough. I mean, I'm a pretty patient person, but still, I don't see myself being patient enough to skip out on 3 new 5-star bots just to go get a rocket ship part for Omega Supreme when I rarely use combiners, to be honest with you. I just rarely use them at all. So I would rather have 3 new 5-star bots than get the rocket ship part for a combiner, which I probably won't ever use. And so, more power to you guys who did get that or are saving for it. By all means, go do that. It's just not a priority for me. At some point, maybe I'll get it, but I think it's overpriced, and for something that I probably won't use, I don't see myself getting it. Let's see. Raphael says I suggested Scar on Discord as the next medic. Probably not going to see any more medics in the near future with Flatline and Minerva being fairly recent. Ankylosaurus, oddly, he's an arm. Oh, oh, man, I'm way behind. The medic with Scar, okay. Yeah, Dinobots. Yeah, they called them that because when they were still on Cybertron, they would have no reason to be called Dinobots based on being dinosaurs because they weren't dinosaurs yet. They hadn't come to Earth. But Dino is like a so they use it with a Y, so it can be really more based on something like that, not based on dinosaurs. So I guess one of the designers stated Scar was directly based on the comic Sky. Okay, cool. Got 13K shards, 2 more for Omega. Okay, well, good. Yeah, good. Happy for you. The fastest way to level up your characters, well, it depends. If you're just starting out, you really just need to play a lot of games. As you get certain bots at a higher level, then you can start do what they call power leveling, where you can take in just a really strong bot with some small lower level bots that you just got into a zone that can be easily be beaten by a single bot, and then you can get a lot of XP for that bot. But or you could take them in with a combiner again with few number of bots. Also, once you can unlock the dispatch missions, you can also get quite a bit of XP from there. Elimination mode, you can get you can get increased XP. Events, you earn extra XP from events. But bottom line, you have to play the game. So. Grimlock was almost a mammoth. Wow. Big with paddles, also like T-Rex. Yeah, I like. I've got that Planet X version of paddles. I recently just put them away because I'm kind of redoing shelving in my whole collection and everything. As you can see, it's pretty much empty back behind me. Even Unicron's way back over there. Luke, welcome. Good to see you. It's been a while. How often do you play the game? I play the game daily. At the very least, I'm in there cracking my crystals, completing the Cyber Pass quests, and sending bots on dispatch missions. Even if I don't play a lot of games, even if I don't do a lot of battles, there's always a little bit of something to do. There are definitely days where I'm busy with some things where the only time I'm in there is at the beginning, is maybe early in the day, like when I first wake up, I take a little bit of time, or maybe right at before I go to bed, or maybe only one. And occasionally there might be a day where I don't actually open the game at all, but that's rare. But it happens. But you got a little bit of something. You got to do a little bit of something. Or just accept that you're not going to progress fast. If you don't have the time to put into the game, just be okay with that. Just know that it's going to take you longer to level up and get stronger if you don't put in the time. It's one of those, just like anything. It's a built-in mechanic that basically practice makes perfect. That's an old adage. They say the more you do something, the better you get at it. That's basically the foundation of this and every other game like this. The more you play, the stronger you become. whether you means you get better strategically in your mind or whatever, but just you earn XP by doing it. So therefore, it's a game mechanic that you get stronger. So in a way, practice makes perfect is a foundation of all of these types of games that work on XP earning. So I played so long and so hard, I'm wore out, but I'm on the bench coach. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I realized long ago that I wasn't going to be going super hard playing this game, and so I just I moderate. So why did they name him Big Daddy? You know, I went to the meeting in Hasbro when they first chose the name, and you know what they said? Who are you? Why are you here? Call security. So no, I don't know. About 2 weeks ago, I stopped at a Goodwill nearby and was just browsing the bag goods for leaving. Found a G1 Bumblebee for $2.99 in almost perfect shape. Wow, that was a find. HQ18 satisfied right now. Yeah, I hear you. What is the top level for headquarters? Headquarters level 18 is the top headquarters. If you're talking about like the like up there, the top right, left, it's hard because with the mirrored or whatever, it's the top left as I'm looking at the phone. Where it says 94, that's the player level. I'm not sure what the top level is of that is right now. I want to say 99 maybe, but that one gets raised every so often. About as soon as I get close to it, they raise it again. So the top level of yeah. Yeah, asking what is the highest level? There's so many things with levels in this game. You kind of need to be specific. So those are the two big levels I could think of. For the bot levels, you can do what is it now? 67. That 4 stars and 5 stars could reach level 67. 3 stars are they still capped at 60? 4 star or no 3 stars, 2 stars I believe cap at 40. 1 star's cap at 20. Ability levels you can get up to 10, some 11. Right. The number up there, it's like the biggest number on the screen up in the top left of the corner, but it really doesn't matter. It just, as you do things in the game, whether you level up your base or whether you level up your bots or you just take various actions in the game, you'll earn like player XP and you'll increase your player rank. So you can earn points by constructing, upgrading buildings, or researching Autobots in the lab. Decepticons count too, the alt faction or whatever. And really, all it does as you level up, you will earn you'll earn some rewards. Like you'll get some cyber coins. At some point, you do get start getting some 3 or 4 star shards. Certain things like headquarter levels are locked to where you have to be a certain player rank to level up to a certain headquarters level. Mostly just because they want to not have you just rank up one facet of the game too fast. So certain things. So it does matter a little bit. But if you're just playing the game and you're leveling up your base fairly evenly and you're leveling up your bots fairly evenly, your player rank is probably not going to slow you down. So picked up a Make Toys Remastered Iron Will from a sale in the cafe. Nice. Iron Will, that was a hardhead, wasn't it? What should you level up first, bots or parts of the base? Yes. By that I mean both. Level up your base as you need to. Level up your bots as you need to. There will be at some point you won't be able to level up your bots past a certain level until you can upgrade your research lab. And the only way you can upgrade your research lab is to upgrade your headquarters to a certain level. And the only way to upgrade your headquarters to a certain level is to upgrade your resource, your energon and alloy storages to a certain level. And the only way, and once you do have all that, you may be locked by your player rank, meaning you need to do other upgrades and on your base and other upgrades on your bots. There's a lot of stuff to do. Basically, the only thing to be aware of is which bots. As you start getting a large collection of bots and you have a lot of options, then you can start thinking about which ones do you want to focus on upgrading, which bot versus this bot or that bot. But that's only if you have a lot of options. If you only have a handful, upgrade them all because they'll all be useful. If you look on chats and things like that, you'll hear things like, "Oh, air raid is pointless," or "Slipstream is worthless. There's no use at all." Nose Cone, Drill Horn, they're terrible bots. Dust Up, Vortex, oh, they're only good because they're in a combiner. They're useless or whatever. And that's all true if you have options. If you are in a game and you're on the Autobot side and say you have 3 4-star bots and they are Air Raid, Nose Cone, and Dust Up. First of all, I'm sorry. But second of all, level them up and use them because even though their abilities may not be the greatest, they're still going to be the strongest bots on the field. So, and just know at some point you will get better 4-star bots, which then you can focus on instead and start to not use the other ones so much. So it's really it's really hard to give advice in this game other than in generic terms because everybody's game is so specific. Raging Wolf, welcome to the party. Thank you for subscribing. Everybody's game is different, and what bots you have is going to be different. Like I get questions a lot. What bot should I use? And I can say, oh, absolutely, go out there and use Star Saber. That 100% of the time. Well, I don't have a Star Saber. Well, it's kind of hard to tell you what to use if I don't know what you have. So, okay, so you're level 76 and haven't got a 5-star bot yet. Okay, so there again. So now we're getting more information. When do you get those? Well, you got to earn 5-star shards. The way that you earn 5-star shards is by getting duplicate 4-star bots or participating in events that give out 5-star shards as prizes. And those are typically alliance events where you'll earn the 5-star shards. So if you're not in an alliance, find one and go play those events. But you do have to play in the events because if you don't contribute in the event, they'll kick you out and you won't get shards. And fastest way to get things is spending money does help because it'll help you buy bundles where you can have a better chance of getting duplicate 4-stars to get those shards or whatever. But there are plenty of people out there now. If you've seen my videos, I'm not opposed to spending money, although my spending has gone down. Gone down quite a bit lately. But I do know people who have multiple 5-star bots and haven't spent a dime in the game. They just play it regularly and put in the effort. So, see, there you go. You have to find an alliance. So what you do is you know the alliance button, right? You go over here, and it's going to look different for you. You're going to have the option join an alliance or find an alliance, and create alliance or find alliance. You're going to want to find an alliance. One of the things you could do is you could come over, go to the Discord server. The official Transformers Discord server would be the best one to help out. If you don't know where that is, I have a link to my Discord server in the description. You can come over there and we can point you there. There are plenty of alliances out there that interact there. They're always looking for players. You could go into the global chat here in the game. Just go over to Autobot or whichever side and say, hey, I'm looking for an alliance, or you could just sit here for a minute and somebody will be promoting. And I got to be careful because it's not always nice in here. Yeah, so there's one right there. Ultra Wave 96, EG Omega Ops HQ 18 Wars Monday through Thursday 2K. So there, and right next to them too. So just go right over there. There's people advertising alliances. So there you go. Yeah, in creating alliance, nobody's going to join your alliance. It's best to that people look for established alliances. If you're just getting into the alliance game, go join an existing alliance. So. You do not have to be hazed to get an alliance. This is not college. I see you, JK. Alliance wars are definitely a struggle to do sometimes, but you just do the best you can. Yeah, no problem. That's what we're here for. I'm glad you came by and joined us. Food time? No, we already cracked crystals. I mean, your food. Okay. No, the alliance. You still pretty much play the game on your own. There's no timing of things, although except for like if they do alliance wars, you have a 24 hours to do it to try your 5 battles, try to win the 5 battles. So it's generally not. You don't have to time being online at the same time as other people like you would like in a MMORPG. If that's what you're asking, you don't have to do any kind of time setting a certain time that everybody's online. There's always at least 24 hours to get a 24-hour window to get things done. So. I don't know why I've been sitting here looking at the game for all this time. Well, I guess the stream's about Earth Wars, right? So, and I have been showing things off, I guess. If there is ever an alliance if I was ever in an alliance that required that, I would quit immediately. 4 a.m. is sleeping time. If I'm ever up at 4 a.m., it's probably because I'm working the overnight shift for work, or I'm sick or something. But Wonder why it's taking so long to get Metroplex. Well, you get Metroplex by doing the campaigns, and if it's difficult to do the campaigns, it just means you probably need to spend some more time leveling up your bots, because I know they do have to be a little tricky. I did put out a video, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, but what was it? Titanic Consequences or something? So if you go in a battle and go to your campaigns, it's called Titans on Earth. Titanic Consequences was one of the events. these are all the campaigns. The first things that you do, you're going to be doing Get Optimus, the Lost Bat, Power Play, and Codex Showdown. I think that's the final. Those are the ones that were originally there. Those are the main ones that get you started. And then at some point, I want to say Headquarters 8 opens up Secrets of Nebulos, which I believe that's the power cores. And at some other point, you earn you open up the Combiner Wars, so you complete that, so you can get the Combiner Lab and start. And I believe you earn. Is that where you get Omega Supreme? No, not yet. They've changed it, I think, since then. And so Return to Cybertron. This is I don't think this one's required. War for Cybertron. This is where you get Omega Supreme. Regenesis. This is optional. I still haven't done it because I don't want the Helio Harvester. And then what is it? 16 or 7? I think it's 17. You have to get to unlock this campaign, but then you just have to complete the campaign. Then you unlock Metroplex. But you do have to have some fairly strong bots. If you go search my my channel or just YouTube in general, look for Titans on Earth, and you can see how I made it through and other people made it through and completed that to unlock Metroplex. But that one you don't need an alliance for, except for perhaps leveling up your bots. It definitely helps if you can play the events. And since there's a lot of alliance events, you can't even play in the alliance events if you're not in an alliance to take advantage of the extra XP. So that's why it's important to be there. So, but the Titans one is a little difficult if your bots aren't quite at the strong enough power level. So. And if that's the case, just like the same thing I tell them to new players that are struggling with the, I always know back. It was one of the first videos of mine that blew up. The endless power level. That's the one where you get to early on in the game. Your bots are very, very low level, and all of a sudden you get 3 beam lasers all focused on a single point. And it took me like 10 times to get through that. And finally, as soon as I turned on the camera to record it, I actually beat it. But the same thing, people come and say, I have trouble beating this. And it's like, well, you just have to keep leveling your bots. Go back and do the PvP. Just attack normal players, or level your bots, earn the XP, and then come back and try again. It took me, like I said, it took me like 9 tries to finish that one spot in the campaign getting started. Yeah, Prime Rush was huge for the Titan campaign. Yeah, I definitely use that a lot because a lot of people had already completed it before me, and they said that they mentioned that. So I definitely did that a lot. What's your opinion on 4-star combiners or combiners in general? I think combiners are great. They definitely help out. If I'm in a war and there's a particularly tricky base that I think I'm going to have help with, I'll pop open a combiner. And honestly, I just don't usually think to activate them because the zones that I play my squads in don't usually need it. I like them; they're fun, especially Overlord and Omega Supreme. Honestly, I don't really use them that much. I've been personally loving Magnaboss lately. Computron is probably my second favorite. I would definitely want to upgrade Volcanicus a little bit more because I always enjoyed Volcanicus. Do I play other games? I do. Probably the one I play most besides this is a lot of you guys might remember Beatstar. They advertised that a while back in Earth Wars because they came out and there was a new game from Space Ape, and I've been playing that ever since it came out. It's just so much fun. Yeah, I like all those like tap or strum along to the music things. Yeah, the first game I had like that, I want to say, was Elite Beat Agents. I don't know if anybody played like the old Nintendo DS. It's like Elite Beat Agents. You had the little pen, the little stylus, and you had to tap along, and you had these dudes on there doing the dancing. You had to tap and swipe and do a bunch of stuff, and so that was fun doing that. Then of course Guitar Hero and all the variations of that. So you do all that. BeatStar, it's like right in line with it with that. So so yeah. What songs? All of them. I've got like all the songs. Yeah, well, they've released new ones, but yeah, I get in on their season pass on that one too, so I can get all the songs for that too. There's so many good songs, and there's a lot of songs, but yeah, I'm not great at it. I have fun with it though. So I've had this hat for a long time. It was a gift. I believe they got it at Spencer's Gifts maybe like 10 years ago or something like that. I like Victorion, just in general, just the character and the torchbearers or rust renegades, depending on what you want to call them. In the game, she's okay. She's okay. They've definitely gotten they've there was a time when she was the best, but they've definitely got better ones now. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, she's definitely on. I would say on the bottom, of all of the combiners. I think I'd say she's on the bottom half. Those are really the only games. Every now and then, I'll go back and pick up my Switch, and I'll play. I'll start the Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, or Breath of the Wild again. I know there's a new Breath of the Wild game coming out, so I'll probably disappear for a while from the game from Earth Wars. Been playing what do they call it? Tears of Hyrule or something like that. So I'll definitely be devoting a lot of every time a new Zelda game comes out. It's like that's all my free time goes entirely to that new Zelda game. So I'll definitely be playing that when that comes out. And looks like I glitched. Um, and I go back and revisit RDR2, Red Dead Redemption 2, every so often. 'Cause that game's just so fun. Um, did I get any new toys? No, I did not. That's we'd have seen them by now. Tears of the Kingdom. I almost said that, but I didn't think it was going to be that generic. I thought it would have said Hyrule, but whatever it's called, be Breath of the Wild too. So it definitely looks cool. Let's see what other off-topic things. Mandalorian next Wednesday, a week from yesterday. Mandalorian season 3 starts back up. I'm excited for that. I haven't seen anything new recently, so I might have to go search that out. I did recently rewatch. Well, I'm always rewatching Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. So fell out of the Star Wars loop after Kenobi. That's not too long ago. Andor was great. It's a little slow to get started. Push your way through the first couple of episodes, then it gets really good. About halfway through, I think there's 12 episodes. I want to say it's episode 6. Amazing visuals. But yeah, Andor is really good. Bad Batch season 2 is going on right now. I'm enjoying that. I knew that was coming. I almost said it, but I can't do the voice well. But yeah, Kenobi was really good. I haven't personally had a problem with any of the Star Wars Disney Plus stuff. I Because I choose to enjoy the stuff they put out instead of being so locked into a particular viewpoint that I can't enjoy things. Yeah, I, I read the criticisms from people. I hear the criticisms from people, and I can't say that a lot of it's wrong. Yeah, particularly when you talk about like the sequel trilogy, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. A lot of the criticisms you hear from people are spot on, but I choose to not let it ruin the rest of my enjoyment. You know, was the way that Luke acted in the Last Jedi back there on Octo. Uh, was that ridiculous and out of character for Luke? Yeah, I would tend to agree that, but it's fine. It's kind of like the whole people buying into. I don't know if anybody's ever said that, but the whole ruined my childhood kind of comment or whatever. Come on. So, but there was the one point where I was trying to find Star Wars YouTube channels that do in depth analysis because I don't have that encyclopedic knowledge of Star Wars, but I do like to hear like the nuggets or whatever. Screen Crush is one of my favorites. I love their presentation style. But uh, but there were some I came across, and it was just like always negative. It was like everything that they brought up was always negative. Oh, Kathleen Kennedy is this and that, and so is ruining this and ruining that. And I had to go, delete every video of theirs that I watched from history so that it quit getting suggested to me. Because it's just like it's all negative. It's like, okay, why do you keep making videos on this? Why do you keep watching it if you hate it so much? I just don't get that. So I prefer to find positive stuff. Another one that I like is Star Wars Theory. I'm pretty sure that dude's huge. So you guys probably if you watch Star Wars YouTube, you've probably come across his channel. So like I said, a lot of criticisms that I see are usually are often warranted, but I don't let it bring me down. Yeah, some find it hard to speak positively. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Some people are just like that, and you know what? Oftentimes, negativity and controversy often will bring in views. What one of the best ways to get people commenting is to go spout out a bunch of nonsense that's wrong, and people are going to correct you. I don't do it on purpose. I legitimately don't know. But I mean, think about how many times I get something wrong when we're talking about a character, or I just don't know, or something. I get it wrong. You guys are quick at giving that to me. I mean, I asked about it, and I swear I don't do it on purpose. But it happens too. I mean, if I wanted to put out a video and get a lot of comments, all I'd have to do is go and throw out some really controversial, off the wall statement and that definitely would get some talking going on. And there's people that do that. They just talk negative or whatever, and it's just if that's the kind of attention you want, some people are like, all attention is good, even bad attention. If that's the kind of attention you want, okay, fine. That's not what I want. And honestly, it's just. Yeah, I don't like listening to it either. I mean, it's like, well, if you hate it so much, why do you keep talking? Why do you keep talking about it? So, yeah, I thought that was kind of ironic that I was talking about generating a lot of comments, and then all of a sudden we get somebody coming in spamming. Why do people love negativity so much? I have no idea, but it does. It works. It works, man. Came across Geetsley's. Yeah, I've seen some of those too. He the one that does like the Clone Wars uh, sound clip, like Commander on Deck or something like that. See, can you tell me Decepticons got all the good stuff than the Autobots? It really it's a personal preference, man. Whether you like your Decepticons or Autobots, I'm just kind of an Autobot at heart or whatever. I like the Decepticons too. I mean, I was very happy that they started doing the allowing you to play as both factions because I do like talking about them. And from the very beginning, I always covered both. I mean, yes, just in the interest of time, I tend to focus on saying the Autobot name. But generally, I will say something about, okay, it's like Blades and Dirge or something like that. Because I always try to, because I know there's people out there playing as Decepticons, and not everybody's going to know that Dirge and Blades are basically the same character. So I always try to cover that. I mean, there's definitely players out there that only talk about Decepticons or only talk about Autobots. There's people out there collecting toys who only collect Autobots or only collect Decepticons, and that's fine. I'm an equal opportunity collector. I got my Autobots and my Decepticons right here. Now, to be fair, Full Tilt is the only Decepticon on my table here at the moment, unless you count Groundhog. But I don't have many. So I do have Unicron back there. Let's see, and that's Star Saber, that's Bruticus, that's Mainframe. Over here, that's Decepticharge. He's an alternator. And the Autobot logo from the Covenant of Primus. So, and there's more up under the it's hidden by Unicron's wings there. Think Magnabot's the best commander at the moment in the game. I think so too. You have an unaligned back there. Let's see. What do you think? I've got. But behind there, I've got the Masterpiece Star Saber. I've got that custom Combat Medic Ratchet. I've got Goldemus Prime. I've got a Legends Omega Supreme. I've got Siege Jetfire, and I've got Watermelon Mirage. Decepticharge. Yeah. I got this over at... I went and visited Gen 1 Red Alert over the comic shop he works at, and I got a bunch of alternators a while back. So I saw this. I thought it was cool. Yeah, I dug how he's got all the racing stripes and stuff like that. And I'm not keeping him in box. I mean, he's been opened before I got him. I'm not keeping him in box for any reason other than I have nowhere else to put him, and he stores well in box. I've cleared out almost everything. I've got so much in boxes right now. Let's see, I need to get rid of stuff, and because I've got too much stuff. So one of the things that was slowing things down. Oh, that didn't work, so I didn't turn this camera on yet. Was I had too much stuff in the way. So I used to have a whole bunch of bots over here, and then Unicron, and then I had Titans all back there. Like this desk is like completely empty. I know it's kind of dark because the light's not very good, but I cleared all this out this past weekend. So I'm not getting rid of everything, but I'll talk more about what I'm going through. My current plan is to finish my plan, and then I will be telling you guys all about it. I need to sell things. I'm not going to sell everything, but I need to sell some stuff. So I've been doing some research. finding out what things is worth it, because not everything is worth selling. If I can't make it, eBay charges fees, then you got to pay shipping. And as of this year, I think if you sell more than like $600, you have to pay taxes on it. So the government gonna come take a chunk. So if I can't sell it for more than a certain amount, I it's not even no point even selling it that way. I think it's something like $10 or $12 is like a break even point. So if I were to put up a deluxe figure and sell it for $12, I would go through, do all that process, the shipping, do all that stuff, and would net zero. So what's the point in that, right? So I'm looking to see if so it's got to be a certain, it's got to be a decent, worth a certain amount to be able to sell it. If I can't sell it for that kind of a price, that's what I still need to work out. I imagine I'll probably be looking into something I could do for you guys. Maybe somehow do some giveaway type of stuff. Maybe I'll be looking at taking it, putting it all in a big bin, taking it over to a toy store, and even if I get 50 cents on the dollar, that's probably better than getting 0 cents on the dollar, going through all that trouble. And bottom line, I would rather donate it before I would rather go through all that work and still end up with nothing. So I don't have a plan for that yet, or exactly what it's going to be. But I'm putting together a plan, and I'm going to put out a video that explains everything. So you're I don't know if you heard yet, but coming over to you with the bundle of stuff is I was going to hit you up at some point to talk about how that all worked. So, but I wasn't quite at that point yet, because I haven't decided what's going where or what yet. I've been kind of just going through my database and classifying things, trying to do my best at deciding what's going to stay, what's going to go, and I haven't made all those decisions quite just yet. So, but it's I've just got too much stuff. I need to get some of the money back for it, just because it's gonna. I'd like to not spend any new money on my collection, if you know what I mean. Like I've already spent so much. I'd like to if I get something new, I'd like to get rid of something and then use that money to get something new. I'd like to get to some point like that. Mostly, I need the space back. I got too much space. So it got to the point where I'd get all these new figures. I'd get it out of the package, and I would sometimes it would take me a week before I could get it out of the package. I used to just tear it open within minutes, but sometimes it would take me a while before I could get around to it, just because I knew what was coming. I'd get out of the pack, I'd take pictures of it in the package. Then I'd get out of the package to bot mode, alt mode, and I'd show you guys, and then it would just sit here because all my shelves were full. And then at some point, it would just get too busy here, and I needed space, and then it would just end up in a bin. So all my shelves were unchanged for years, and then all the new stuff just ended up in a bin. And so I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I buying things just to put them in a bin? That's stupid. I mean, especially if it's like, okay, it's another Optimus figure. Okay, this is like the best Optimus figure. Let's go put it in a bin. What about the other one that's out on the shelf somewhere? Go put the good one out on the shelf. Yeah, so I'm redefining what I collect and how I collect, and I will be purging smartly the things that don't fit into my vision, which is still being defined. So Listening to reflect on the collection, I'll look around all the figures I was trying on myself. Oh, believe me, I'm still surrounded. I mean, you can see I already pointed out all the stuff behind me. I got Menosaur over here. I got Star Saber over here. I've got the new Fans Hobby stuff. I put them back in their boxes just because they're huge. I got nowhere for them right now. They're easy to store in their boxes. I got more boxes here. I got Creo. I got Construct Bots. I got Gundam over here. I got combined Titan boxes. I got Pit of Judgment. That's all just in this room. If we talk about the other room, I got at least 3 dozen, like 16 quart storage bins full of bots or like accessories, some Legos, some Black Series stuff, which I would kind of wish I never even got into them because those like went into the bin almost immediately. The only Black Series out is I got a figure of Mando and Grogu out. I should have just stopped at that. But you live and you learn, right? Legacy Cosmos is the hardest to get. I have yet to see a Legacy Cosmos on the shelf. The only way I got mine is because somehow Larkin's Lair is like the only person on his island that was searching for Transformers and managed to find like 3 or 4 of them because he got a Cosmos for me after he got a Cosmos for somebody like 2 or 3 other people and himself. Meanwhile, I've yet to find a Cosmos. I was like this close to finding one. There were like 2 or 3 different occasions I went to a Walmart and the entire case was there except Cosmos. So, but I still have a feeling there may be some more Cosmoses coming at some point, but maybe not. But I've yet to find another one. And trust me, I do look. Anytime I go to Walmart, I go look, see if anything has shown up. Because I do know that some people like you, Red Alert, are still looking for them. I do look. I haven't seen a single one. If it wasn't for Larkin, I wouldn't have one myself. So, but even after all of that, he's in a bin. That's why this change needed to happen. Yeah. So, no, you're not going to sell the Titans. Unlikely. Highly unlikely. I do kind of regret getting the Cybertron Metroplex because I just have no nostalgia for it, and but I was just like, oh, gotta get the Titans. But I kind of like, I don't know why. I'm not real sure why I got that one. But I mean, I have it now, so I'll probably keep it. And I even got toy hacks for it, so I'll be keeping it. Reach out to Toys R Us. I've heard of him. I think Patriot Prime talked to him. He'll get you what you need. I'll keep that in mind. I appreciate the advice. Let's see. And do you really need a Beast Hunter's bulkhead? I'm going to be considering a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things I'm. Yeah. That's true. Cybertron Metroplex did destroy my light. It's still here. It's still working, but it's just kind of wedged in there. So yeah, that's why I have to keep him in. He's keeping him in prison. He has to serve out his punishment. Buyer's remorse for the arc. Oh, I love the arc. See that's where it's interesting. Everybody's different. I love the arc. I think it's great. It's fantastic. I've got the buyer's remorse for the Cybertron Metroplex, like I said, but I love the arc. So it's kind of interesting that you've got that for the arc too. I will definitely be being smarter about some of my other decisions. Like it used to be, like new Transformer listings would go up. Boom, I'd pre-order all of them. Then I'd be like, why am I pre-ordering this? I don't care. Just get it. And part of it, I think it was just, I don't know, just kind of like keeping up with the Joneses or FOMO or whatever, but I'm being smarter about it. I'm not saying I don't have pre-orders. I've got Tarn pre-ordered, although I do wonder, should I even get Tarn, because I've got the MMC one and I like that one. And if I were to keep only one of them, I would keep the MMC one. I'm sure the Hasbro one looks great, but the MMC one is greater. So, but I'm still gonna get it. I had pre-ordered 3 of the scrap hook, the Junkions, because I was like, hey, okay, I can do stuff with that. But then I was like, why are you doing that? That's stupid. So I canceled that and just pre-ordered just one. So but yeah. So I like Twin Cast. I've got no interest in Twin Cast, so I didn't pre-order him. I haven't got many of the Shattered Glass figures. I got the Shattered Glass Prime and Ratchet set just because I like the Shattered Glass Prime. I got the Shattered Glass Flame War because she's not really Shattered Glass. I got Flame War. I do have Shattered Glass Megatron, but I got him for a steal. Other one, but I haven't really. Excuse me, I haven't been in on the Shattered Glass stuff either. Metal Hawk, yes, I did actually get the Metal Hawk. I realized that I needed to pre-order the Rise of the Beast Scourge because that figure looks cool, and I hadn't done it, so I did that today. I've had Battle Trap pre-ordered because that does look cool. I don't have Air Razor. I don't have Cheetor pre-ordered. Not all, but many. And multiples of some. Surprised you're still on. Yeah, I know. I didn't think I was going to be on this long either because I had like no toys to show off and very few, not many crystals. But hey, we got talking. So it's good. Exactly. I had Bumblebee in my cart because when they revealed that one with Battle Trap, I added Battle Trap and Bumblebee, and I was just looking at my cart. I'm like, why? I don't need another stinking Bumblebee. I've got so many of them. So yes, I canceled that Bumblebee, and I'm not saying I'm going to never get another Bumblebee, but it's going to have to be special to add it to a collection, or it's going to have to replace something that I already have. I wouldn't say I collect them. If I find some cool ones, if I'm, it's one of those things where it's like I feel like I need to buy something and there's no Transformers, so I go look at it, and so hey, that looks cool, so let's buy it. And then I've got a bunch over there, but I've only built like 2, so it was honestly, it was wasted money. I'll still build them. I'll probably enjoy building them. But how's the 3D printing going? To be honest, I haven't printed anything in like 2 months. I have so much other stuff going on. I haven't been able to get to it. So, yeah. And that was another thing that was kind of being crowded out. It's like I barely had any room for that. It's just I was printing all this stuff, and it's a really good printer. It's got a whole bunch of calibrations and it's supposed to account for resonance, but it's on a very rickety table, so it can only do so much. So you kind of get those lines in there that you see in some things, and I've seen other people be able to print without that, and I just know that it's the table it's on because it's not made for that. So part of this whole redesign and reorganization is also not just about Transformers. It's also about basically everything else in my house. Like I want to set up a dedicated space for 3D printing, so it's clear, and I can do that. I can have nice, sturdy work service that the printer can be on, so that it can give the best quality print. I'm even looking into possibly building or purchasing some kind of a spray booth for like airbrush painting at some point. Maybe not right away, but I want to at least make a plan for that option. So It's just because everything is right now, it just has no place. I've got a lot of stuff in a lot of places, but nothing really has its own place. You know. Uh, yeah, yeah, right. No. Uh, yeah. No, you don't hear dogs barking. You probably heard the chair. Um, I didn't make a point, but both of my little dogs passed away. Uh, last one was about a year ago. So so, and I haven't got a new little friend yet. I got to get my life in order before I can bring anybody else back in, bring any other little life into this house. So so yeah. Well, I appreciate that, but I mean, it's I just yeah, it's just not something I felt the need to talk about. So, and no worries about bringing it up. Enough time has passed. Yeah, actually, I just got a notification that one of my little guys, his birthday would have been today. So my my calendar reminded me yesterday already. so so no worries. Uh, do I have Blackout? I have the Studio Series Blackout. I did not get the Masterpiece Blackout. That was one that I'd considered, but then I was just like, okay, first of all, it's huge. Second of all, I got the Studio Series Blackout, which is leader class, but it's like a huge leader class, and that's plenty fine. I didn't really feel the need to get the NPM Blackout, so yeah, I'm really having to think about things and take into account. And I've also been getting a little crazy with Lego lately. I've been getting a little too much. You know, it just started because I get like the winter sets and I get like the winter village. So I've been wanting to put something together like that, and that kind of spurred me on to spending a little bit too much. And Lego takes up a lot of space too. And so, but I believe this whole Transformers redesign, rethink was already on my mind. So I just made it worse. I still need to build that Voltron though. Trust me, I haven't forgot about that. I definitely want to build that Voltron, that Lego Voltron. So so did I get the Sutton? No, I did not. I did not get the Robosend, the self-transforming Optimus, because that was one of those things that I was like, that's going to be really cool for about 5 minutes, and then it's going to sit on a shelf or in a box. And I had this way too much money for something that I'm going to play with for 5 minutes. Maybe not literally, but how do I know? Well, I went and spent $100 at the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge on build a droid, and brought it home. Played with it literally for 5 minutes. It's been in the box ever since. That's exactly what Optimus Prime would have been, and I did not need to spend $750 on it. It looks cool. I liked watching the videos of other people doing it, but it was not something that I needed to spend my money on. So. Let's see. So someone's asking, is Unicron the biggest Transformer ever? The biggest official one for sure. I think there's somebody out there who's like building like a huge like 3D printed Metroplex, and yeah, Fans Toys. That Fans Toys has revealed a Fortress Maximus that's going to be what, like 48 inches tall. All they've released so far is a head. We outside of renders, like 3D renders, we haven't seen anything else related to the body of the thing. So is that actually going to happen? Time will tell. Will I get it? Absolutely not. So yeah, I think Unicron's going to be the size limit. I already don't know what to do. Honestly, if I had somewhere else to put him, he wouldn't be sitting right there. I just got nowhere else to put him. I cleared this space out because I've got a light box over here. It's been sitting over here, buried behind everything else, that I'm going to use to take pictures of stuff before I you know throw it up for sale or anything like that. So, but I couldn't do anything with it. I didn't have an open space, or even if I wanted to package anything up, I had no room to package anything. So I needed to clear this. I needed to clear this. So. Legacy Minotaur is a way cheaper option than Extra Spots Motor Master Trailer. Yeah, that's another one of my regrets. I kind of regret getting in on that. Honestly, I probably would if the combiner turned out better. I probably wouldn't regret it as much. But he's just sitting there laying on his back because he can't stand up because he's not sturdy enough. And I just know if I try to leave him standing up, and even if I try to bounce him in a pose or whatever, I just know he's going to fall over and break. So if it was more sturdy and I could trust it to hold itself, I would probably feel better about the purchase. But instead, I kind of regret it. They go to a chandelier. I'm sure I don't want him to bring my ceiling down, dude. You see the new Predaking? It's like in the different version. I tell you, the only Predaking I've seen recently is the Kang toys. That they did it like in all gold, which so that's cool. I mean that's cool. I'm definitely not in on the masterpiece. I did get they started like a miniature one. The only one they've released so far was their dive bomb for that, and I did pick that up because it was like $30 at TFCon, and I was like, honestly, it looks really good, and for only $30, I couldn't pass it up. I don't know if I would at this point. I don't know if I'll go in on the rest of the set if they ever do bring them out. Maybe because that would be my only Legends class Predaking. So we'll see. But as of now, I haven't heard any news. I mean, other than I haven't seen anything beyond prototypes of those, and it's been months since I heard anything about that. Okay, so yeah, you guys are yeah Kang Toys Golden Lagoon. So yeah, that's the one I was seeing. So. Oh wow, yeah, we have been going for a little while. PB2's got to go running his battery empty. Yeah, gotta tell you, if I was actually on the battery, I'd probably be running empty here too. Luckily, I have everything plugged in. So, now that you mention it, it is about time to hop on out of here. So, uh, I do appreciate you guys being here. It's a good chat, and yeah, I kind of revealed what was going on a little bit earlier than I did, although I haven't given you all the details. I plan on making a video, like an actual video, not a live stream, to lay out what I'm going to do. Um, but yeah, I'm reorganizing, rethinking my collection, and so that's going to be coming soon. But right now, I think it's time to go get some rest. Good luck in the event this weekend. I hope you do well and manage to get your C.O.M.B.A.T bot. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.